Welcome to this video, the tutorial on setting up the King Tiger. In this video we are going to focus on the regs and effects and destroying components and external components. So this video should be fairly easy. It is just a matter of copying existing assets, so let's get to it. I'm just going to create an FX folder inside my blueprint folder. And so this is the tiger on the right and the King Tiger on the left. I'm going to copy paste those two regs. So one reg is called default, while the other one is called turret. Is just this reg is the one that is going to be triggered when the turret explode and fly off in the air, and this one is just with the turret attached. So the first thing we need to do, as usual, is to rename the BPs so it's properly named. Oops, hold on, let me turn off Discord, I forgot about it. Okay, here we go. And the second one is going to be, oh shit, wrong word. This is the one. Koenigs, small t, rec. Okay, then we are going to need the dead tracks. It is in two different BPs. One is for the dead track collapsing to the ground, and one is for the dead track staying on top. So I'm going to bring both of them, and while I'm at it, I'm also going to copy a side skirt and just one gear. It's okay because we will copy this one over. Copy here. There we go. Okay, renaming time. Koenigs Tiger. Yeah, source control makes everything slower, but yeah, that's how it is. I have to deal with it. Koenigs Tiger, and then on the last one, and then we should be good. And the side skirt. Okay. So we are going to have two gears. There is one set of gear on the left hand side and another set of gear on the right hand side. So we will need two of these. But I'm just going to set the first one. So let's start with left. I'll go with right, and then we'll make a left one out of the right one because it's only one object. So I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so we don't need that little guy anymore. Okay, no, there we go. We need to edit our vehicle, and we need to go inside. I think it's called dead. No, damage. Yes, but not exactly, because yeah, the filter is not ideal, so we have to go inside here. So in PSVF wheeled vehicle base, we have the default reg. So let's call in the default reg here. And then we have the turret reg. So this one is literally the turret-less, when the turret explode. So that is now connected, and this happens when there is a fire. So when there's a fire, then we go to this, and let's double check why this isn't on our Tiger, because it should definitely be on the Tiger. PSVL wheelbase, it wasn't. Okay, let's save it. I guess something went missing at some point. Let's check quickly in this guy to make sure it's consistent over every other vehicles. PSVF wheel tank, no, PSVL wheelbase. Okay, I see the year. Okay, so now it is done on the Koenigsegg Tiger, so we can move on to the next thing. So we've connected those two. Now we need to connect the tracks. So we are going to select the tracks here, the left one, well, the right one and the left one. And inside here we have the dead tracks falling and we have dead track top. So this one is the top. And then we have the falling one here, Koenigsegg Tiger, and that's it. And the next thing we have to do is the gear. So the gear right, let's go with the gear right first. I'm going to select my gear. And same place here. In default killed effect actor, I'm going to plug in this effect. And then I have the skirts. The skirt, we only use one mesh, so it's always the same mesh flying off. We don't want to have 10 different meshes just for a flying. Something is moving. Okay, so we are going to plug in the skirt effect in here. Okay. So at least I have all of my effects plugged in. Now it's a matter of tweaking these. So I'm going to save this little guy here. We shouldn't need him now. Okay, let's go with the first one, the default rec. So what I need to change, if I zoom on it, is obviously the chassis. So I have to go into my static folder, type in rec. Oh, yeah, not name rec, but just name chassis. Okay. So here is one, and then I need my turret here. Turret. It was not exported the proper way. I'll explain what is wrong. You see, when I drag and drop it, there is already some sort of an angle. It shouldn't be angled. It should be pointing down. So this I'm going to fix while I keep going through my tutorial. So that is not correct. Let's go back to our BP. So we will report it and then it will be correct. And then we have to put the barrel smoke. So this is the smoke that will be at the end of the barrel. So I actually need to fix it before I can place properly my smoke. Then we have the radial force. That is how strong the turret is going to fly off in the air. So we keep the value default. We find it to look pretty good. And then we have the burning sound, the explosion sound, and then we have the damage track. So we are going to link the one from here. So if I type in track, it is going to be this one here. And for this side too, same mesh. Now I need to place it because I don't believe that this is correct. One thing to keep an eye on, you see it's using the wrong material. So I plugged it here, but it kept the Tiger material. So you just do that and then it's the proper one. So let's see, is that properly placed or not? It's not too bad. Like this. Yeah, that should be good enough. And I'll do the same transform on the other side. Copy, copy. Reset my shader here, paste my transform, minus here, and it's a -1 as well here for the symmetry. So now I have my dead tracks. The only problem is this track is not using the proper shader, it's using the tracks one, but it should be using the recs. So what I need to do is just copy this guy, make it a rec shader. It didn't exist in the past, so now we're just making it. Is it a rec? Yes, yes. Save. And drag and drop here. There we go. So now it's the burn shader, so it stands out a lot less. Okay, so this is done. So now I'm just going to re-export my turret facing 12 o'clock. Rec. And the reason why it's important is now, if let's say you were looking at an enemy like this and you exploded, in the old system the turret would instantly snap back here, but now in the new system the turret will keep its rotation, so it will look a lot better. So let's go into 3ds Max and hide everything. So yeah, that is actually proving that this is how it was exported, which is wrong. So I'm going to take this mesh and its UCX. Yeah, that should be everything I need. I'm going to connect all of my UCX to the turret and animate the turret to 0 so I can export it easily. Make a key, back to 0. Okay, and rotate this. I think it's 30 degrees. Yeah, it is. Okay, so now I can export this. It is named SM turret. Okay. Okay, this guy here, re-import SM turret. Okay, now it's facing 12, so we can place the smoke. Nice. Save this little guy. And we have to tweak the second turret, the one with the turret flying off. So here's one, then we have to do the chassis as well. Chassis here. So the turret, in the turret rec, you can put it a tiny bit above because it's going to explode and we just don't want any collision to glitch. So you just make it float a tiny bit above, not too much. Then we need the tracks. So what I'm going to do, I don't want to do it again. So I'm just going to copy the one I made here. Copy, paste. Huh. Oh yeah, Unreal Engine. You always surprise us. Oh, this one is the mirrored one, so it should be here, and the other one should be here. Okay. And that is it. Oh, barrel smoke. Here, okay. So now we should be all right. And the last thing we need to do, BPFX, tweak those two here. So this one is the turret while destroyed. So it's going to be track here. Connect it, make sure it's the right material. It is, save. And this one is going to take a tiny bit more time. So this one is the dead track. So when you destroy it, those links are going to fall to the ground with physics. So we need to make sure these are the proper links. So we have a few links that are with 4 links in one. So it's going to be track seg 4 fx. Okay. And then I have a few links that are singles like this, and I'm going to use the SMFX track seg, the one with the box collision, if we remember correctly. That's the one we want. It's up here, okay. And now we want to know how big, I forgot one, my bad. We want to know how big the tracks actually are. What I like to do is I just drag and drop. Just click nothing, yeah. Just drag and drop this, and now I know how big my track is, so I can move those little guys around. Maybe in a world would be easier, yeah. So I would move this little guy somewhere like here, up a little. Maybe that patch is just too big, so I'm gonna use a single on this guy too. Yeah, I think those group of 4 are way too big. They're useful for under the track, but under the tank, sorry, but it's just too big. They cover a lot of ground. Like with 3 tracks, like 3 segments, I can do the entire tank. So I'm just gonna delete the one I don't need. Maybe I need one more here. How? Okay, and the rest are going to be like small links like this. Okay, something around this should do. Yeah, those are way too big. Okay, that should do. So now we've set all the links, and the next thing we need to do is the radial force. It's literally a little impulsion that we're gonna use here. I'm gonna make it a bit bigger because those are massive tracks. 100 here, and move the one at the back here, so it's going to push those links away. So I don't need this guy anymore, it was just for reference. And I've deleted and added some tracks, so I need to go into my event graph. And here I need to be clean because there are some tracks that we've deleted. Some, oh, that's really complex. Let's look at the Sherman. Ah, okay, it's new. We didn't have that before. That's why I get confused, but we're fine. Ah, okay. Whatever. So yeah, let's disregard this for the time being. I'm not familiar with what that is for, but yes, this is what we need to do. Is we have 1, 2, 3. It's like 2, 3, 4. So let's say we have segment 2, 3, and 7 plugged here. We have 4 and 8 here, and we have 6 small 1, 2, 3, 4, and the radial force. Something changed. It wasn't like this before, but let's give it a try, see if it works. Okay, let's spawn in. No, before we actually test it, let's finish what we were doing. We are only missing the gear. The gear is going to be fairly simple. In the Tiger, it was a bolt cutter, an axe, and a shovel. In this one, it is going to be a bit more. So if I type in FX, it's going to be on the left side. Now this is the right side. Okay, so on the right side we're supposed to have those rods. Okay, so we need the rod. We need, let's see what it is. Edit. Actually, it would be easier the other way around if I just take the gear right and I just look at it. Yeah, it's the rod, and that little, that's an axe. Yeah, that's an axe. Okay, so if I type in FX, there's an axe here. Yes, so it is going to be only 2 assets flying off on that side. I'm just going to delete the third one, and because I've deleted one, I have to go in the event graph and delete this guy, because this is where that asset that I just killed was. So I'll just do that. I'm just going to make a new sequence so it's nice and clean. Okay, with just 2, because we only have 2 objects flying off. Hold on, here. Okay, so we have rod and we have an axe. Now we need to place them, because these are in the default placement from the Tiger. We need to have them overlay the old one so they are in the proper place. So what I like to do, in order to do that easily, I go into my BP. I select the side, so the right side here. And while this is selected, I'm just going to drag and drop my BP FX gear right here. Just drag and drop it. And now, as I move these assets, I'm just going to compile it. I should be able to see them move, unless I use the wrong one. Right, not moving. Maybe I haven't moved enough. Oh, I might need to compile this guy. Yeah, there we go. So now the thing is to just drag and drop that little rod to where the rod is. So it's rotated something like this. Doesn't have to be super precise. Ideally, we could have 3 of them just so it looks better. I think we should do that. So I'm gonna duplicate this guy. I have rod copy placement. Okay, now we have the second one. And maybe let's have a third one just so it looks cool. Okay, now we have the third rod here. Okay, so that will do. And then we have the axe. So the axe was on the front. Yes, there it is. So I'm just going to copy its value. Okay, close enough. So I've created those 2 new assets, so I need to not forget to add them in here. One goes here, the other one goes there. Bing, bing. Compile and save. Okay, testing time. So what I want is, I'll show you in a second why. I'm just going to take, let's say, an APCR. I'm going to copy its reference. Yes, that's what I wanted. And then start the game. Yeah, it's going to compile a bunch of blueprints. Okay, so now what I want to do is have my pistol, and I want this pistol to not fire 45 ACP, but I want them to fire actual shells. So I need to go in my QA checklist, and I need this admin load projectile, and I just need to put this, and I think it's just like this. Let me just try that, and then you just type in here _C, I think. Let's see if that works in the console. Nice, first try. Okay, so now we're gonna try and see how that behaves. That's a shatter. Okay, let's try to kill the track. Nice, the track's bone. We have those big links, those fell to the ground. This mesh replaced the other one on top. It's not really good in placement, so because the placement is not good, we're going to fix that right now. In skeleton here in the rig, we do have the socket we made a few hours back. If I manage to click right. So this is the right track, so I'm going to move this little guy maybe up a bit more. Let's see, is that better? No, it's not better. I think it's just too low. Not inside enough. Let's see how that looks. It's clipping a bit with the chassis, so I'm going to bring it out a little. There we go. And now I'm going to copy this value to the other side, paste, and use a minus here. Save. Okay, so let's go back to testing. Okay, let's break the other one. That works. Then we're gonna try to destroy this gear. Oh no, there it's the right side, we've done with the left side. Ding. Oh, I missed. Okay, so the rod, they fell and there should be an axe somewhere. Oh, it's still here. I think I know why. So let's go back to BPFX here. Next thing we need to do is set the radial force. Yes, that's why they didn't go far. So you just need to increase that sphere. Let's say 250. Yeah, that should get the job done. That should make them fly off. Save. We are going to duplicate this guy, call it left. I think the gear on the left is fairly similar, but instead of an axe, maybe it's just a, yeah, it's a hammer, and we have a shovel as well, so that's going to take no time to do. Just going to plug it in the BP. Gear left, yes. Then you go into gear left here, select it. Here, gear left, okay. Save. And we are going to tweak what we need. So we need to drag and drop this guy on top of this guy. And then we can tweak the position. So let's stick all rods in the axe. And I guess it's just the other side. There we go. So let's start with the hammer. That is an axe now. Let's set a hammer here. Okay, and now we can move that asset a little bit here. Okay, the 3 rods. Push them out. Rotate so we are in the right. Oh yeah, they're rotating on their own pivot. Kind of placing them again, not spending too much time on this, it's not worth it. There we go, and the third one. Okay, good enough. And we're just missing, I think, just that shovel, so I'm gonna copy paste that axe, hammer, copy paste, and it's supposed to be a shovel here. Okay, close enough, I think. No, I'm actually clipping inside. That could make some weird shit. Oh no, it's fine. Okay, so this one is done. Save. We're gonna delete it from here. Okay. Was just for alignment purposes. Now I'm just going to make sure that I'm not missing my shovel, which I know I am. So I'm going to drop the shovel here and plug it with the hammer. save. Make sure the radial is proper, which I don't think it is. Okay, now it should encompass everything. Wrong key. Okay. Save. Playtest. And then we'll have to do the same thing for the tracks on the turret. Pistol, put an AP shell inside. Nice. Missed again. The rods fell and the axe is somewhere. I don't know, whatever. And here again, the shovel moved and disappeared over time. So at the moment, if I shoot the tracks, they should just disappear. Yeah. So now we just need to make the effects for them. And that should be pretty much everything we have to do. Let's do it. Tracks left. Okay, so this is going to go into the left side here. Let's do it first. So we need some track meshes. FX track. So we need this guy. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This, we don't need this guy, static mesh 2. So it should be gone here. Seg 1, Seg 2, Seg 3, oops, Seg 3, and Seg 4. Okay, so now they should all be correct. 1, 2, 3, and 4, doesn't matter. And now we just need to place them. So we're going to select this guy, drag and drop it here. And now we just need to align them. Okay, let's do it. By default, so it should go this side. I mean, we could drag the turret here and do the same job. It would be the same. Okay, then we can do Seg 2, just lower. Okay, then Seg 3, it's going to go at the back of the turret. Might want to recompile. Yeah. And Seg 4 up there. Okay, cool. Radial force at 0. It should work. Remove it from here. and play test. Yep. It kind of fell. I think I'm going to increase the power of the destruction. Let's see. This guy. There's one thing we haven't done on the others that we should actually do. If you go in physics here, there should be a mass in kilo, and I mean that that would be like easily maybe 15 kilos. I don't know. That looks pretty massive. So that's one thing you need to do, set the weight in kilos, and then in the radial force, maybe I'll try to just crank it up to 4,000. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that looks better. So we have to do the exact same for that side, and we'll be good. Right. Edit this guy. I think it's the same amount. Ah, no, one less. Okay. So let's take all 4 of them to the other side. Like this, and this guy here I think is useless. Yeah. Okay, and the 2 in the back. Close enough. Should be the other way around, but it's going to be enough for this one. Okay, so now we'll remove it from here, save it, set the radial. Here. Okay, and I've deleted one. Yeah, this guy. So this guy is no longer needed. Compile, save, and I want to make sure that I actually added it in the proper side. So it's this side here. I don't remember if I did. I did not. Okay, now it's done. So let's play test. Oh yes, one thing we said we would do, we haven't, is set the weight of those guys. So I think let's say that everything is the same weight. So I'm going to select all of these in physics. Oops. And let's say it's 5 kilo each. Same here. Physics 5 kilo. There we go. And so this is done, this is done. Then we can check the little checklist here. Rec, that was done. Dead tracks falling done. Assign default turret and turret rec done. assign dead tracks to both components, done. External components to PSFX BP, that's here, done. Assign the weight in kilo to each static, we've just done it. Edit the top falling tracks BP with the proper statics, that's what we've done. And make sure they have box collision on them to simulate gravity. So if you destroy something and it's not moving, it's because there is no box collision on it. So let's give it a try. This guy. No way, it bounced back to... And I destroyed the tank. Ah, fuck's sake. That was bad luck. Okay, now I'll be careful. Could be an angle. Yeah. The track that fell, I think it could increase the physics when they fly off. Missed. Bing, bing, bing. Okay. Then the rods. Okay. Tracks. Not killed. Now it's destroyed. Destroy the other one. Destroyed. Let's try this gear. Yeah. And what else? No, I think it's fine. So the left side, I thought I changed it. Radial. Yeah, I did. Okay, it was just bad luck. So that's done, all of this is done. Now we have the skirts. So last thing to do is edit this guy. Select all the skirts to have the proper damage one, which I already did. So now it's just a matter of going in the skirt here. Set the proper mesh, because now it should be the tiger mesh. Yes. So static, skirt effects, set, make sure there is a box collision on this guy. Yes. Save, radial, something like this with maybe 3000. And how heavy would that be? Like 3-4 kilos, maybe 5. Mass in kilo, I'm gonna say 5 kilos. So that tells me that I haven't done it on the actual tiger. So let's do it now. So it's done. We want a nice and clean game. So on the tiger, I have a skirt left and a skirt right. I'm not sure you can actually notice it. I just want to make sure now. So physic, 5 kilos. And 5 kilo, yeah. Okay, let's see how that behaves when I remove the skirt. What we need to do after that is check the armor value, so it's effective. Can it stop bullets? Can it stop projectiles? Can it stop shells, etc.? Okay, so now I'm going to use a smaller shell just for the demo. Yeah, let's use a 37mm shell. That is from the 3080. Did I bounce on the skirt? Okay, we have to check the material, because no way. So, it's just disappearing. Okay, so we're not playing the effects, all the effects is playing inside. Yeah, we have to figure that one out. Let's debug. So first thing, why did I bounce on such a small object? My guess, it's the wrong Fismet. In material here, and I'm fairly confident it's just using the wrong Fismet. So what you need to do is here in the material override, you just plug in, I don't know, that's what, 10 millimeter? Yeah, I would imagine 10 millimeter max. This guy would be 30 millimeter, yes, which is already correct, and this would be nothing. Yes, it's already 0 millimeter, which is fine, because this would not affect a shell in any way. Okay, so now we've covered why I was bouncing. Let's figure out why my FX wasn't playing. So it's not because it's not plugged, it is plugged. Let's go to it. My radial is here, so it should definitely make it fly off. And if I drag and drop this guy here, it is placed almost the way it should. I'm just going to move it back to 0. Compile again. Yeah, I'm just going to move it up a little. Something like this. So maybe I'm missing a collision. No, I do. Oh yeah, but maybe it's. No, it is actually kind of okay. Let's try again. Save and save. So let's go in slow-mo, maybe I can have a better look at what's going on. It's definitely not flying off. Okay, we have to figure that one out. They do get removed. Let's try this side. Yeah, they just stand there. So what I would do in this case is I would plug one that I know works. Like the one from the Tiger, I know for a fact it's working. Tiger BPFX skirt, yes, and I would plug that in and see what happens. So this is right. So it's gonna right side, ting tung, ting ting tung, and plug this one in. Huh. So this one is working, but mine isn't. Okay, so let's figure out why. What did I do wrong? So this is the one working, and this is the one not working. So working on the left, not working on the right. Physics here. What do I have? Okay. 5 kilo, normal. Okay. And here, it's the same, I copy pasted it. Interesting. So now it could be the asset itself that is just unhappy. Because we are simulating physics in both ragdoll collision. So let's compare meshes. What's the difference? Collision, block all. So here's a box. So let's, what if I simplify it? Huh, kind of confused right now. If I can't figure it out, I think we'll just carry on. It must be something silly that I've forgot. Let's do one last thing. This is the Conix Tiger left. So here I'm just going to plug directly the static from the Tiger and see what's what. So now it's the old non-working effect with working static, so we can debug it that way. On the right side, clean. Okay, let's see. From experience, when it wasn't working, it was like a missing collision, but I have collision, so we have to figure out what the issue is. So it is an issue with the blueprint itself, because now it's not working. Interesting. I think I'll just carry on and let you guys know what the problem is later on. Just bring it back here and assign this back to here, which is already the case. Okay, let's carry on with debugging. The last thing we need to do is, well, obviously go through that entire list, which I will leave you the pleasure to go through. The only thing I haven't yet showed you is this one, the admin toggle armor debug. So this one is very important. You can find it in multiple places. You can type this admin toggle armor debug 0, 1, or 2 in the console, or you can go in the world settings. And here we have a debug. Where's debug? Here. So basically what it says is the first one, shell penetration, it's 0, debug damage is 1, and debug 2 is see-through. So see-through is you go through the wireframe material. Damage is it's going to tell you what component got damaged, and penetration is just, I'll explain that one. So by default, in this level, we have 1 and 2 already checked in. So let's go with a big shell, yes. So if I bounce, if the impact is gray, it means it was a shatter, it wasn't a bounce. So I might need a bigger angle. Blue is a bounce and it says bounce. Green is penetration, and red means nothing. Pen failed, like on the ground. There is no thickness check on the ground. So let's go with admin debug 2. There we go, that is our tank, and I forgot to turn off the interior, so I'm gonna fix that right now. this guy, render not visible. There we go. Big shell, we're gonna call the debug to, there we go. Now we can see the transmission, the ammo racks, the ammo is also in the turret. We have the cannon, we have the fuel tank, the engine in pink. And the engine is considered 10 centimeters of armor, so even if you penetrate it, there is another 10 centimeters of armor to go through, same for the transmission. And we have another fuel tank right here. So now we can check penetration. You can see the turret ring was damaged and it's 0 HP left. Let's do again on the cannon. Ow, bounced back. So we destroy the cannon, it's only 400 HP left. Now the cannon is dead, it says 0 health. Can do the same on the tracks. Track is dead, on the top left corner. Again. So one thing we haven't done is, if you guys remember the live stream, we have something that says if you have 3 vital components dead, the tank should explode. So that's what was happening. The tank was actually going to explode, but you just couldn't see it. So there is one thing you need to do. If you go into an already working tank, like the Sherman, and you can check here. You have something called slow cook. I just have to remember where that is. Yes, here. So if you type in slow in the search bar, you have like a BP Sherman slow burn FX. So I have to type in slow here, and you see here it's not assigned. So you just need to assign it, and it's also the Sherman for the time being. I don't know how that is going to be in its final state. We are still working on this part, but what this is, I'm going to open it so you can understand. It's basically telling what kind of effects it's coming off the tank. So from the cannon is going to be this smoke, from the commander cupola is going to be another type of smoke, from the driver's seat is going to be another type of smoke, etc. And then where is the engine? So the reason that is, and I have actually just noticed a mistake in here, it should be engine effects, but yeah, whatever. So now you'll see the difference. I'm going to destroy 3 vitals again. And now we should have smoke coming off the barrels, the cupola, etc. Okay, and debug 2. So let's destroy those parts. That's one component. Then we do the cannon. That's 2 components. Oh shit! I think the fuel is on fire. Oh no, that's what I meant. Yeah, you can see smoke is coming off the barrel, off the cupola, and off the engine, which it isn't at the moment. It's because we are missing some sockets. So let me explain this one again so you can understand it better. Skull, rig. And in the rig we must have main gun muzzle, which is here. Main gun muzzle, yes, we add it here. Then we have commander cupola. I think I have commander cupola. No, I don't. So I'm gonna add it. Add socket, and I'm gonna call this commander cupola. So that is just if you want a certain type of flame to come off the cupola, then you just tell where that is. So my exit is here. And then we have driver cam, which we don't use anymore. Driver cam, so I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna create one again. Add socket. Where is it? Here. No, the new one I've made, root socket here. Driver cam, and the driver cam is going to be from this location. So that's where the smoke is going to come out. And the next one is HD cam. So we need to make another socket here, add socket. Actually, it would have been smarter to just duplicate the driver cam, yeah. Yes, like this, and HD cam, and engine burn. We don't have an engine burn, so I need to make one as well. Add socket, engine burn, and push this here. And a little bit lower, okay. And now we should have each effects being played at the right location. Debug, shell, 1, out, 2, let's go with 3, fuck me, let's just respawn quickly, okay. Okay, and now we have a smoke coming from the barrel, one from here, one from there, the engine burn, and one from the cupola, as you can see here. So that will allow you to know when a tank is dead. If you see these, the tank is gone. There is no fixing that. In a few seconds, it's just gonna explode. So yes, that was the wreck tutorial, and I will try to figure out why this wasn't playing out the skirt, but otherwise everything is here. So I'll see you guys in the next tutorial that will be about handling and speed. See you guys later.